My only comment on this video is that it's more the same warmed over Arab propaganda. It mentions they were unable to establish a relationship with the Jews after Zionism. It does not say what type of relationship or what status the Jews would have had. Traditionally, the Jews in the Middle East have had the status of third-class citizens. Gemeinheit, as they call it. And it could be that's the type of relationship they were talking about reestablishing, where the Muslims were top dog and the Jews paid a poll tax to the Muslims for protection from the Muslims, as is mandated in the Quran. I believe the passage says, if they establish payment of the poll tax, withhold your hands and allow them to practice their own religion. But they do not fight with all your might until they are subdued. The problem is there never was a Palestinian people, as much as they claim there is. So the history is, less in this case, is totally false. And I would suggest the poster of this original video, you get out the history books and start reading a bit. And I don't mean from the PLO website, which of course will try to claim that they've always been there. There is a mountain fortress called Masada. Now, some of the Muslims in the Middle East, notably the ones in the Noble Sanctuary, aka the Golden Dome, or the Dome of the Rock, I believe they call it, have tried to claim there never was a Jewish presence. I would ask them, how do you explain the fortress at Masada and their records showing how they fought back against the Romans after the temple was attacked in Jerusalem? Or the triumphal arches in Rome dating back to the time of the Jewish revolt against the Roman Empire, when they refused to allow a statue of Caesar into the temple as a god. And the other question I have is, you keep hearing the term racist when applied to Muslims. What race are Muslims again? Last I heard, Muslims take up many races. Chinese, Filipino. You have the white Muslims in the Balkans. I mean, Muslims are composed of many races. So to call them somebody a racist for objecting to what Muslims do, or rather the very violent minority of Muslims do, is kind of stupid. Maybe it's time for Muslims to look in the mirror and the silent majority to become very vocal and tell this minority to get lost. Unfortunately, Prime Minister Chamberlain tried to appease the Nazis in the 30s and cried peace in our time. A few short years later, the world was at war. Are we going to have to undergo that again? Because somebody is not willing to stand up. You'll have a good day.